Hey everybody, Zach again, NewsTutor.com, coming in, making a video for you today real quick. I just read an awesome comment from someone who tagged me on their comment and said that, she had, first learned about Christmas trees and Easter or whatever it was, and she was fighting mad, and she had found my American Homestead channel, and she said something like, he may know a thing about homesteading, but he doesn't know anything about this Torah business, this whole Bible stuff. And what she was really upset about the whole Christmas and Easter thing, and just fighting mad about it. And so, but she said at the end, give people time, because she, needed the time, and she needed the patience to be able to go ahead and work these things out and prove them to herself, because she was so wanting to be right about this. And I think some people in our movement are so scared of confrontation and of actually showing people the truth and being bold in your truth and bold in the facts of what these things represent, fertility worship of other pagan gods, that when they meet that resistance, that same resistance that this woman felt because she so wanted to be right, that these people, the people who know the truth, they back off and would rather not approach the argument at all. Don't do that. Present the truth. Be bold in the truth. Don't come up with ideas in your head, oh, well, it's just harmless tradition. Let's just abandon the whole pagan roots thing, because really, there is no pagan roots to this. We'll just accept that fact and play some sort of, mental gymnastics to explain away that these aren't really rooted in pagan idolatry, when we know that they are. The facts bear that out. And even a lot of these Christian organizations like Answers in Genesis, they said there's no question the roots of these things being in pagan practices. So, and then they go through the gymnastics of explaining away. Be bold in the truth. Explain these things to people. Say, hey, listen, the things you're doing, that tree, it comes from pagan fertility worship, because in the wintertime when everything is dead, those trees are still green. Your eggs that you're using in conjunction with the representation of the resurrection of Messiah, it's pagan practices, pagan worship. I know you're not worshiping the egg. I know you're not worshiping the tree. I get that. But these things have always been related in conjunction with the worship of false deities. Period. You be bold in those truths, because that's where those things are. And then give them the time. I'm not saying you beat them over the head. See, here's the wrong approach. Let me show you the wrong approach. That tree you have in your house, you're going to hell. You're going to hell because you have that tree in your house? That's the wrong approach. Those eggs you got there, that chocolate bunny? Yeah, that chocolate bunny's going to make you go to hell. You're going to burn for 1,000 years, billion years, infinity. You're going to burn in hell and you're going to be destroyed, or whether you believe in hell, the whole Lex Meyer debate, I get it. You're going to be completely destroyed by our Father in heaven because you have that chocolate bunny. Do you know that not only are you going to be destroyed forever or burn in hell forever, your whole family's going to burn. See, that's the wrong approach. That's the wrong approach. The right approach is be bold in the truth. Say, hey, listen, these things are rooted in pagan idolatry. Don't be a coward. Don't be a yellow belly coward. Tell them that, see, these things are pagan. They are rooted. Do your own research. Prove me wrong. And then let them go out and chew on that, and let them spit their fire. Let them argue. Let them be angry. But don't beat them over the head. Don't tell them they're going to go to hell. They're going to be destroyed for all these things. I mean, the reality is the Father's going to come back one day and separate the sheep from the goats. But see, that's his job, not yours. That's his job. Let him do that. Okay? All you got to do is be truthful with them. These things are rooted in pagan idolatry. That's what they are. The eggs, the trees, the bunny rabbits, all rooted, all symbols of fertility, because people, their deities, their whole lives were focused on that sun rising up again in the spring and getting to a level at that spring equinox, because the return of life came. And see, everything in their lives relied on that returning so that they could have food again. They could feed their families, feed their livestock. Their livestock would keep reproducing. It all mattered, and that's where their God worship was centered on. And because we don't have an agricultural mindset today, we're so against this because it's so foreign. All we do is we get out, we walk out of our house, we walk on pavement, we get to a nice air-conditioned car, and then we drive to our job, which is also carpeted or in air conditioning, and we never even get on the grass on most days. You know, I love it. I see more deer than I see people on most days. I'm in the city right now because I have to do some stuff, but I see more deer than people on most days. And I love that. I love that. But see, most of you that's never happened to you. That's never happened. You don't even step on grass on most days. And so we have forgotten this agricultural mindset that people, this was their entire being. And then it meant everything to them. That sun coming up in the spring, because that meant life again. That meant their family would survive another year. The winter was harsh. It killed people. It was death. But see, they wanted to worship life. And instead of worshiping the one true God who brings life, they worship the symbols of the bringing back of that life. The sun and the fir tree and the bunny rabbit and the eggs all centered around that. Symbols of fertility, the returning sun. I mean, it's not that hard when you can get out of your bubble and get out in agriculture and see it. All I'm saying, this comment by this woman was brilliant. Let them chew on it. There's a right way and a wrong way. And a lot of people are telling me that I have the wrong way. No. I'm for telling the truth. Be bold in the truth. Be bold in those things. And then people will research on their own and come to the ones who are honest with themselves will come to the same conclusion. You know, the ones that he has the ears to hear and the eyes to see will see and hear. And then let them do that. But going about it the wrong way, telling them they're going to burn in hell or be destroyed forever and their entire families are too, and you got to let them do their own, present the truth, do it with boldness and passionately, and then let them figure it out the rest. Let the Father decide, okay, I'm going to either water the seed or I'm going to let it be picked up by the crows and taken away. That's his choice. That's his decision. He decides what seed goes on what soil or not. So let him do, you do your job, let him do his. All right, we'll leave it at that. Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.